Some movements depend on what's right to succeed, and other movements depend on what's proven. But Lead K is using both of those motives to push for language equality. Marla Hatrack has been on a number of research teams and is now the vice president of the California Association of the Deaf. But no matter her work, she says she has always been focused on one thing.
That's really what we want, for kids to enter school ready to learn. They have healthy emotions, healthy social interactions, and healthy language development.
In her research, she's proven that lack of exposure to ASL can make those goals hard to accomplish.
If your language exposure is rocky, where you're understanding something but not others, and you can hear something but not others, your brain is going to respond the same and not always connect properly. But with ASL, it's just clear language exposure, and you can receive everything visually.
Hello.
As with many activists, Marla is proposing a bilingual approach, what they like to call L1s learning L2s.
With ASL, the brain recognizes it because ASL too is a language. With ASL, the brain is more willing to accept a spoken language. That's just how the brain works. When you compare them with hearing kids who are learning L2s, they learn the second language the same way.
Language exposure develops more than just communication.
Deaf kids will develop their emotions and social skills at the same time they're developing their language.
9 times out of 10 people who come to therapy have some sort of issue with communication.
Candace Bailey is a CODA and has worked with a number of deaf clients. She says that she's seen the emotional effects that limited communication growing up can have on a person.
The first things first is you've got to be able to communicate in order to be able to solve problems, in order to be able to become resilient and whatnot, all those things you need to develop a good self-core.
Candace says that communication starts with the parents.
Because with your parents, that's your first exposure to developing self-identities. So I am a firm believer of every parent does the best they can with what they have and the knowledge they have.
But many of the medical professionals across the country are not giving parents all of the knowledge that they need.
Now, there are some stories out there saying that ASL will hinder one's speech development or will delay or even prevent speech development, but we really need to stop talking that way because research shows that just isn't true.
One of Lead K's biggest goals is to make people aware of their options and are asking that parents give their children the best chance they have at becoming successful.
You know, you go and you stay with a Spanish-speaking family for a while, eventually you learn the language. This will never happen for deaf children. So we need to give it to them.
You can learn more about Lead K by going to ASL4DeafKids.org. This week, we discuss the cognitive effects of communication, and next week, we'll see it in action as we speak with 2 women who grew up using both English and ASL from birth.